And at one point, we were in Athens, Greece. And there, it was a different scenario than the rest of Europe. The rest of Europe, we just hitchhiked, and wherever the ride took us, we went there. In Athens, there was police on the streets patrolling with machine guns. And there was very strict vagrancy laws. So we couldn't just sleep in a park or under a tree, and there were no crash pads there. There was a hostel, a youth hostel, but it cost money. And we had absolutely nothing. So at that time, we resorted to a traditional method of economics according to the counterculture of world travelers at the time. And Gary will tell you that story.
We sold blood. You get paid to sell blood. Even though we'd heard ghastly stories of how they would take long-haired guys like us and take all the blood out of you and then throw your body into the sea, we sold our blood nevertheless because, like Radhanath said, we had to find a way to get into the youth hostel. And the needles were thick and fat and uncomfortable.
Syringes are like really big.
Wow.
And I remember laying there looking at Radhanath and thinking, how did it end up? We come from such good homes, and how did we ever end up on this dirty cot in this medical clinic in Athens selling our blood to get enough to eat and spend for the night? But we did get paid for it, and you get a glass of orange juice at the end, and that's something. We had to find another way to make money, which we did, and Radhanath will tell you. Unless you'd like me to tell.
They made you wait half hour before they gave you any money, because so many people would fall unconscious when they go outside in the streets, because it was really a painful ordeal the way they did it in those days. So while we were waiting, we got a little glass of orange juice, and Gary was, there must be a better way. And I was also thinking like that. And there was a Swiss boy with a violin case who was like this. They had long hair, counterculture kind of person. And then there was a French guy, same looking, he had a guitar case. And he was like this, drinking orange juice. And we all looked at each other and decided, let us start a band.
And Radhanath, what he didn't tell you was he was a great harmonica player. He had studied the blues harp from some of the best harmonica players at the time. He was a very talented musician, a blues harpist. And these two guys, one guy had been trained in classical violin, the other guy was a very good guitar player. And I was really good at passing around a hat. So we thought an idea came that we would make music together. And we would walk around Athens at the outdoor cafes making music, and people loved us. They were rocking out to our music, and they were filling the hat with money. And we were living really, really by our standards. We were living.
We got a bunk bed in the hostel. For us, that was 5-star.
And food, all the food we needed. I mean, we were just, thought maybe I could retire on that situation. But those police that Radhanath had mentioned looked like stormtroopers that were patrolling the streets of Athens at the time. They found us one day, and they came and they arrested us. They put us in jail and said, this is illegal here. They took all of our money and said, if we catch you doing this again, we're locking you up and throwing away the key. And that was the end of our music career in Athens, but it was great while it lasted. And we didn't have to give blood, so it was a wonderful gig.